Welcome to the maiden edition of English podcast, Moscow Mingle, Tales of International Studies in Moscow, the first ever English podcast to hit Mrs. Community, where we delve into the depth of professional development to bring to you insightful discussions, captivating interviews, and intriguing stories. I'm your host, Fareed Mohammed Awal, and I am here to embark on this journey with you. Each episode is crafted to ignite your curiosity, challenge your perspective, widen your horizon, and leave you inspired. From exploring Mrs. University to uncovering Moscow and its environment, we are here to spark a meaningful conversation that resonates with you. Join us as we navigate through the landscape of professional development, inviting international students and alumni to share their experience of studying and living in Moscow. Together, let's embark on a quest for knowledge, growth, and development. My guest this afternoon is Hans Bernard Nii-ofori Quaye, an alumnus of NAST Mrs., who pursued a 2-year master's degree in communication and international public relations. Hans led a delegation to the first and second Russian African Summit, and he is currently in Moscow on the official visit as a member of the Korley-Klottey Municipal Assembly to Mrs. and other Russian universities. Hans currently is the head of public affairs and international relations in the Korley-Klottey Municipality of Accra, the capital of Ghana. You are welcome, Mr. Hans.
Thank you, Fareed. And how's it going?
It is fine.
I see. I can see from your looks. You look good.
Yeah, everything is fine.
I see.
Tell me, what is your impression?
Well, my impression is it the podcast Mrs. or Russia or Moscow?
Your impression for coming to Mrs. Podcast today.
Okay, well, it's nice. It is something that I will, thumbs up for the university department of, for, having such a studio. During our time, assuming we have had this, we can do more, So I believe it's an advance to what we left, and then how the department, intends to create avenue for students to, get the talent out of them, and then try to prepare them, because this will be a platform where they can get acquainted with questions here and there. I have been at where you are before and look at where I am now. And so I understand it is really a good platform for students who are into communication to practice. So kudos to the department and the director for such interesting, platform. I'm grateful to be on it.
Thank you very much. That's great. Well, let's begin. So, as a former international student, can you share your experience of studying and living in Moscow?
It's good. Before we came to Russia, we've heard a lot of story about Russia. Even when we were coming here, by then there were sanctions on Russia, but that is not perturbed us. We were able to get here, and from the airport, sometimes I used to tell people that when you want to get the best and the perfect reception, the airport determines all. The one who receives you at the airport. We were received here by the then director of the program, Vavara, through to our hostel. Actually, where we were doing this program was my hostel. So when I was told that I'm coming to Don Komona, I always said, I'm coming back to home. Yeah. It's like, you left, an old girlfriend without any issue. So coming back to that old girlfriend is always with smile and joy. You know what I mean? So it's good to be here and then see. It's good. Student life on campus is perfect. In my department, it was super. From day one to the day we exited from Moscow, it has been an interesting part of the story, and our career actually started built here. What we thought of doing masters in Ghana and then outside, I believe I did not regret of coming to explore the education opportunity here. And in fairness, we have the best of the best. What the French will say, crème de la crème, to be able to get what we want, what we shape, what we guide, what we direct, and then what will give us the leeway, and then what will give us anything we need to arm ourselves in communication and international relations. So, and then sometimes diplomacy, because we had a chance, I don't know either you also in your course, you had a chance to study international relations, so it's a lot. So, and then kudos to the department once again.
That's great. Moving on, what are some of the unique opportunities and advantages that studying in Moscow offers for international students during your time?
Well, during my time, I don't know, by then the university was having a project called Project 1500. I don't know that it was still there. Mm-hmm. So international students were welcoming. I think when we cough, the university listen. When we cry, they listen. When we shake ourselves, because that was a project that they intend to, get more or attract more international students, especially from our continent. And it was an interesting to get there and then to be able to integrate, to get involved. We were engaged in so many projects through my department. And I believe other students, Mrs. is basically a science university.
Sure.
So most of the students were not getting what we're getting at our university. So when we meet, we have this and this and this, and then they do come. So I remember, like I was saying, and when we came here, the calendar is different from what we know from the Orthodox calendar. Mm-hmm. Therefore, 25th was my first exams year. Mm-hmm. I still remember 25th that I have. We know it is typically a Christmas on the Orthodox calendar. Here was my first exams. So 24th, then the international. My department, led by Lillian Bondrava, thought it wise that they need to organize international students, at least to, it was a smart move. Mm-hmm. It was a pure good PR by the school to engage all of us to be able to, celebrate with us. And then the next day, I have to write my exam. So it's still fresh in my mind. Anytime I see 25th, 24th on any calendar of the year. So, well, it was good. A bit challenge, because when you entered in without knowing any word of the language, and you find yourself in the midst of Russians who don't understand, your best partner is to get a translator, and when you find yourself a translator and then you are at a position where you don't have internet, then you have to do a language sign. But I might say that where Mrs. is and where Don Komona is, because I had the privilege to be in Don Komona, somewhere in Bilayeva, somewhere in Kalishka, somewhere in other, hostels. That area is within, central Moscow, so at least within. When you talk to 5 Russians, two can speak English. That was what saved us. And that was maybe our breakthrough between Leninsky Prospect to Oktyabrskaya, because we were frequently on that line from classes. And when you were able to interact with 5 Russians again, 2 or 2.5 can able to express themselves. And then the 2 can use the Google Translator. Mm-hmm. So what you need to do is to be able to get some small basic of the language in order to be able to integrate. Mm-hmm. It's because integration does not come, on its own. You have to find yourself how to, the ways to do the integration. And as a journalist, I must find a way to be able to find myself. So, the school opened up the opportunity, and then giving you the basic language to be able to sell through was also there. So we had a good time, and I believe it is still there.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you very much for the question. Now, let's narrow it down to Mrs. in particular. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what aspect of studying and living in Mrs. exceeded your expectation?
Well, it exceeds my expectation in the sense that I lived, I studied, it was like from home away from home, because we didn't go any through hassle, any through Basel, any other thing, difficulty to be able to, find yourself in. So from study, the organization of the course, the content was super. You know, from like I said earlier on, from the beginning to the end, it was really amazing. You know, the content will attract you. And when you come into, I don't think you'll regret, because it is not what I thought of. You know, I have studies in some other countries, but here it is practicalized based. It is not more of theory. Yeah, theory is there, but more practicalized based, where things are done as you are expected. I believe in our country, when the exams is done, it takes time before you get the results.
Yeah.
Is that the same here?
Not really. I believe here before the semester end, as usual, Lilia Bondareva will write official email to us telling us that your results has been sent into the record book.
But on the exams day, you know your marks already. Is that not so?
On the exams day, you wouldn't know, but after the exams, but before the semester ends,
you know,
the results will
flying,
be uploaded. Yeah,
either you are flying or you are just behind. So it's all good. You know, everything organized timely, everything organized in a way that students will feel they are really engaged. And you know, studying too is not only for academic purpose, but it's also a tourism. Therefore, the engagement of it from the beginning builds you. It's not only acquiring knowledge, but shaping you as a fellow, shaping you as somebody that you want to enter into the market job. So, Mrs., to my understanding and what we learn from my department as communication, international public relations, not only about the academia glory, but also to shape you, to redesign you if you want to, and then to give you a sense to attract everything. Because as a communicator, you need to use all the senses. Either you have to smell information, you have to, feel for information. So you need to see how to get information. So all these years, through teaching, through lectures, through seminar, and through masterclass, and then through internship, and then externship, if I'm right, and then all those things will shape you to find your founding, to find your feet in order to be able to survive. And I'm surviving. Because of that. I am really surviving big time. And I always, reference to this place as the breakthrough for me to be able to see the light of the day. And I'm grateful to the department in that headed by Lillian Bondrava in Mrs.
That's wonderful to hear from you. Can you tell us your journey from studying communication and international public relations to becoming the head of public affairs and international relations? I want the milestone, not everything, but just the key milestone, to becoming the head.
Right. Before I came here, I hold a bachelor in communication studies. I'm a journalist working with Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, the state media in Ghana, as a journalist, the media journalist. So after my study, I was there, and then one day a call came. And working with the government institutions, you can be seconded or picked to any of the government offices. So I don't know what happened, but I believe maybe I sell here very well. I excel here. So I was there, and then one day a call came that the government wants to create a municipality in the central part of Accra, and this municipality must be of a unique. So after it was created, it needs to go to parliament, blah, blah. The LI was formed, and then it was created, and then people have to fill positions. I don't know where the call came from, but when the call came, they said they're looking for somebody who needs to manage, who needs to be the public relations officer. Then, until just this year, that they amplify it to be public affairs and international relations. But when I went, it was a public relations officer, PRO. So a call came that somebody, so the person that actually, and before you even get this position, you must have a government connections. I don't have government connections. I was just a mere journalist doing my political program here, and then the call came. The person that government wants, I don't know what happened, but I was just there, and then a call came that when they looked through the mail, you suit more than anybody. So the mayor wants to work with you as and director of communication. I said, wow. So I need to do a consultation, because when you enter into this, seems like you are into politics. So you need to understand how it goes here, do calls here. And then I see it as an opportunity to serve my people with whatever I have acquired and whatever it is. So I have to go for interview, and they have to monitor me, look at what I do. But to cut a long story short, on the interview, when I submitted my CV, I don't know, but they told me you are overqualified.
Wow.
And the questions that came by, what did you study in Moscow? And I believe the caption of my certificate, International Public Relations and Communication, make the deal.
Okay.
Although there was no competitor, but they need to know the person who is coming. What is he bringing on board? I've never ascended to such a position. And the mayor too was new. Somebody who have stayed in somewhere in Europe and then coming back to the central part of Accra, the heart of Ghana. So it was just me here asking me what I studied here, what I did here, and how do I think I can bridge the cooperation between here and there. So I believe they're looking for somebody who has an international exposure, and then that works for me. So that is such a simple journey, and then I got myself into that hot seat, which is very hot, but I'm managing,
Yeah, sure.
I'm managing, yeah.
Okay, so how many years have you been serving as the...
I got there 4th August 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember, because it's a milestone, so I still remember 4th August 2019, Monday. You can even check Monday here, 4th August 2019, Monday. It was not easy, but I need to, because I asked myself, what can I do to change? Well, I need to let them understand, because they were asking me, what did you do in Moscow, blah, 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 and then I found myself in this, and then trying to lead even the same municipality to Russia. This is for the past 2 years. This is the 5th time for the past 2 years.
Wow.
This is the 5th time I'm leading Ghana to, Russia here. So it's an honor for me. Yeah.
That's very great. Last year in July, if my memory serves me right, there was a Russia-Africa summit. Yeah. So what was your contribution?
I led the delegation.
Okay.
But that was the second. The first one was immediately I had appointment as the head of communication at the municipality, 2019, and then somewhere November, December, there was this first Russian African Summit in Sochi. And then I was invited to also lead the delegation from Ghana to Russia, So take it that from 2019 till date, I've been, I've been to this country, twice or, once in a year. So that was the first. I led to the summit in Sochi. Thereafter, there was 2, 3, 4 developments. But after that, immediately we had COVID. So things were not as it is. So things started again with the second Russian African Summit. That was last year in Petersburg, and then I believe strongly I also led the delegation again. But before then, I've been in St. Petersburg again for a similar program, UNESCO program. I also led Ghana government. And then let me also let you know this, that conference, by then there was an issue with in international relations with Russia, Ghana. Then we were told, and then I have to be able to lead in 1 or 2 things to be able to bridge the image to what it is now, So I believe I have contributed to this development as to Russian Ghana relation. After that UNESCO conference, that also bring on board the Russian African Summit, which I was also part of it, head of the delegation to Ghana, from Ghana to Petersburg to see what some other companies, business opportunities, and what we can get from it. I believe it went good, because through that, and even before then, I have also hosted some Russian universities in Ghana.
Okay.
It was called International Roundtable Conference.
Okay.
between me and Masamba Kai met in Mrs. then as a solar science lecturer. We have organized through our municipality, open some ways to other universities in Moscow to tell universities, because we gathered the whole country, rectors or vice chancellors, to hear them out, what they have on board, and then when you study in this country, what you can benefit out of it. So I organized that with the mayor, because I was using my municipality to organize such programs. So we've done a lot, and then that came on before the African Summit.
Okay.
And thereafter, we went to Peterbeck again for a program somewhere in last December, and then this time around we are also in Moscow again to engage with some universities to see how we will be able to forge ties to help bring talent and then to learn from best practice. So I believe studying here, Ghana or my municipality has benefited a lot, because as I'm speaking to you, 10 students came from my municipality to have a study on solid waste management and circular economy. They left to Accra just last Sunday. That's why we came to this country. The mayor of my municipality and some officials and we came for the closing ceremony, and then to engage other institutions as to how we can have more ties, to establish relationship, to establish ways of improving the quality of humanity life, because all that we do is to improve situations, to improve amenities, is to improve infrastructure, is to leave a legacy for the generation that will follow after us. And then living a legacy means that things must be done in a right way. So when you don't have the right accoutrement, what you do is to engage country or any party that you think can help you to reach up to your goal. So that is it. That is what I've been doing now. So yeah,
that's awesome to hear from you. So having said that, you studying in Russia, and then as you indicated, it became a breakthrough for you. And then for some 4 or 5 years, you've been leading a delegation to Russia. Is it appropriate to say that Russia is your second home?
It's my second home, because I don't know. Anytime I come here, I can find my way out. Yes, I can find my way out. Anywhere I go, I can find my way out than any other countries. I was asked this question somewhere. I don't want to mention that. Choosing after Ghana, choosing a country, and then somebody whispered to that he said Russia.
Sure. Actually, I was surprised when you came alone, because I told you that I was thinking that you will come with Lilia Bondareva, and you told me that you've been here before, so you know how to navigate your way to get here. That's great from you. So
before you even go on with your next question, you see, we need to change the status quo of what people think about Moscow. In those days, because I normally, I don't want to say drink or eat with politicians. Most of them, they will mention that we were here during the USSR. When somebody mentioned this, it tells you that they know because I am a Ghanaian, and our first president with Russian government with the then Soviet was having a strong ties. So most Ghanaians currently who are in Helm of Affairs are studying in Russia. The former president was studying in Russia. Most of them, either Russia or Cuba, and most of them were here. Yes, most in Ghana, there are, a big Russian community. Yes, most of them after studying went with their Ghanaian partner, and then they are making it there. So, and those who came, when I met them, sorry to bring this in, but it's all about tourism and changing what you think of. Someone ask you, I want to come and do my master's here, because this is a shortcut that they came for. But some of them mindset have changed. You see, so when you have the privilege of being somewhere, after adapting, you have to sell. You have to be able to be proud of where you are coming from. If you are not proud, who will be proud of it? So through me, I believe people trying to rethink as to do they have good education or not. And some have had somewhere, but when they were here on a short course, they were grilled. Yes, it was so much intensive.
Yeah.
That thought that yes, you don't joke here. I have a friend who studied here. He told me that once upon a time, normally on vacation they go back to Ghana. So he said they were in a car to some place, and then there was an accident. There were Russian physicians and some from other countries. I don't want to mention them. On the spot, the Russians were able to treat the person.
Wow.
Yes, telling me that practically here they are good. Yes, practically here they are good than other countries. This is just by the way, but I'm just trying to let you understand, since what we are doing, either live, whatever, it must be on record that practically they know what they are saying. They know what is it. And we coming from developing country, and I have had a sense of being to other continents before, I could see in terms of line margin, we can, we flock together, because as a communicationist, if you look at how policy are being formulated, because policy are formulated for the benefit of the citizens. So when you formulate policies and citizens are not benefiting, then you're not making any input. And formulating policies you look at the population, the kind of economic issues and how education and how things. It seems like Eastern Africa and Eastern Europe and Africa, we have some common.
Yeah, we are close.
Yeah, we have things that when we do, it benefits the masses.
Yeah, sure.
When you understand communication, one of the theory, dependency theory and theory of modernization, and then the last one, the theory of empowerment. The two are not for us. The last one is the same as in Russia, the theory of empowerment, where the marginalized, those that have been sidelined, are being able to bring back to the field. You are being told that you need to do your own thing. And I believe Russia is now using the third theory, the empowerment theory, to be able to say, yes, we can stand on our own. Let's try to do it. Because when somebody said you should use the theory of modernization or dependency, maybe in their country is different. So when you practice that without having what they have, you go astray or you find your way in an area which will not be good for you. But I believe the theory of empowerment, which Russia is using, all Africa must adopt it. And then see yourself as that, irrespective of where you are coming from, irrespective of your status, irrespective of your economic, situation, irrespective of your geographical setting, when you put the right policies in place with the mindset, you can achieve it.
Thank you very much for this educative yet informative piece. Let's move on. So, what skills and knowledge did you gain from your program that have been most valuable in your career?
I believe I have answered this in the theory, but let me lower it down. I have gained a lot of skills. First of all,
the most valuable
is to be able to communicate effectively, to change the mindset. And to change the mindset, you need to have certain skills. Where I am now as a communication expert or specialist, I have to lead, I have to advise, and I have to be consulted when it comes to engaging community, engaging stakeholders of all spheres. And these stakeholders can be business, can be politicians, can be political party, can be churches, can be those on the street. And you need to be able to have a particular message for all. So I can say through Mrs. shaping me to be a specialist, it has really helped me to be able to segregate as to what needs to be done at this particular time as against the other, and also what I need to do as a communicationist. You need to segregate. You need to, divide or get them not the same. You can't put all your valuable into one basket if you want to engage them, because some will not have the same mindset. And this has helped me because in my municipality we have informal people and formal people, but I can say the formal people with the formal way of education are more. And if you don't do proper education, if you don't do proper consultation, if you don't do proper engagement, I don't think you'll be able to excel. Last year, we were the best municipality in Ghana.
Wow.
You can change online right now. Korley-Klottey Municipal Assembly, the best 2020-2023, the best municipal assembly in Ghana. Through this, I contributed. Someone also contributed. Somebody also contributed, to make it the best. And also operating in the city.
Despite having circle.
Yes, you having circle, of circle,
Sure.
Where everybody wants to get to in Ghana.
Sure.
A place of such huge population. I can let you know that in my municipality, every day we make of about 2.5 million people coming in.
Wow.
And then they go back.
I'm not surprised at all.
Everybody comes there. Either they're coming from the eastern, western, central, voter. They all converge in my municipality. And that is the beginning and the end of everybody who wants to come to Ghana. Moreover, when somebody wants to leave Ghana, the image that you're going to have will be from my municipality, because most of the historical areas are found there. If you want to get the best restaurant, at least to taste Ghana, you have to come there. So I have a thing that people must have a long-lasting memory when it comes to my municipality. And I believe strongly that what I've seen here and my skills has also contributed to we be on top of the job.
So, clarify this for me. Between the formal people and then the informal people, which one of them are you able to, liaise with them? Maybe, to convince them or to integrate with them easily, and which one of those make your work difficult?
The informal people, as you know, because certainly, engaging the formal people, like my municipality, most of government embassies and high commissions are there. So assuming you want to engage the German embassy, the Swiss embassy, the Canadian embassy, the American embassy, you go through the protocol. The mayor would like to call on you. It is easy to tell them that this is the assembly's vision and this is what we want to achieve. How do you support us, or how do you come in? Or maybe something happens which I have led most of them. It is easy. We have most of the parliament of Ghana is there. So engaging leadership of parliament or the national security ministry and a lot of ministries. So these are places that it is easy to let them understand as a local authority what they need to do and what they are not doing well. But when it comes to the informal, like people selling on the pavement, people who have to sell in the market are not making it. People, transport union. It's not like what we have here. Transport, union are segregated anywhere. You need to bring them together. Somebody selling this thing needs to get together. You need to gather them. And also, my area, these are colonial area. Adabraka Circle, Asalam Down ministries are, colonial areas. So most of the markets over there are colonial markets, and perhaps it cannot contain currently the population that we have, because we have about 7 markets, which are national markets in my municipality.
Wow.
So everybody who wants to trade will come to my end.
Sure.
Everybody, the Mokola, the Tema Station, and Osu Night Market and all those things. So just imagine, and these people convincing them that, well, at the moment, as at 2023-24, the population has outgrown, because this market was built in 1957. They will not understand, because the person believes that she has made money here. And then when you reconstruct, is it possible you get the same place to sit?
Same place, yeah. There is this ideology that the specific place that the person is selling is a vantage point that customers always see.
And the building the way it is will not be the same as it is when there has been a reconstruction. Therefore, you need to tell them that no, for your sake and for you not to find yourself anywhere, but it's very difficult, my brother. It's very, very difficult controlling people from the streets, trying to tell them what to do. The famous word abaye, which and all those things. So, but I believe strongly that I've been able to lead, because all those things will come to me when when there is community engagement, it is me.
Wow.
So community engagement, doing this, you need to engage them, telling them the reasons. And then the most difficult thing is that some will say, "Oh, since 1977, this thing has
Her
been
grandmother has been selling, and then it was bequeathed to her mother, and then later her. So it is difficult.
Yes, but I have to, because my motivation is that I must change your mind. I must tell you the reason. And what I used to do is that, yes, the person will mention all those things, and then they will even mention, "Oh, this person was the mayor. This thing didn't happen. This person was the mayor. This." So that, okay, it's true. But those people, this is just a communication tactics I'm sharing online. These people, they were there. They were not able to tell you, but accidents keeps happening here. People keep losing their life. Do you want to also lose your life? You have a child, you are going to school, you stand here to instead of you going to the market. So I was able to give them the other side, a reason why they have to opt for this, why government intends doing this, and why doing this is not the best. But it's not easy. I'm trying.
Very difficult.
I'm trying.
Sometimes people will say all sort of words on you, and then sometimes you might even lose election, especially the assembly members, when you try to engage in deconjunction and it touch, their building. They will not vote for you again.
Certainly, it is unfortunate that within our world, when it comes to election is everything.
Yeah.
And what you are saying is true. Deconjunction,
sure.
Doing this kind of rejecting people from the street, people selling at the wrong places, trying to correct and all those things. You need to have the courage.
Sure.
Courage, and they come in all manners, but you need to make sure that you survived. And I'm surviving strongly. Most of what makes me to survive is I have to technically use communication skills. You see, I believe some of them too were not using, because then there was not a communication officer, so everything is just done in a way. This person goes here, this person goes here, this person goes here. But when there will be any engagement, and I'm the one, I know how to convince the public, the traders, the market women, the community. I need to convince you first. And because when you want to bring in something new, you don't just jump on the person that take it, I'm giving it to you. I must give you a reason.
Sure.
That I believe at the moment you don't need a plastic cup, but you need this design jug. What are the reasons? Because of maybe if I want to use this as an example, we have these issues of climate change.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you that this one is the best. Then I'm going for something in plastic. So you need to have a reason of every message. There should be a message. There should be a tactical way. There should be a way to engage the person on the particular message, and then you can find your way.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Tell me, you've been working as a PR specialist for 5 years now.
Yes.
So can you share with viewers and listeners the memorable project that you work as a PR specialist?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, one of them.
One of them, okay. When I came to, let me start from where we end. If I can connect markets.
Okay.
I've seen markets here, and ours is not the same, but we may have a market that is built somewhere in 1950 or 1970. That market needs to be restructured or renovated or built in a way that can suit the current generation, because the market needs to take about 25,000, but now it must take about 50,000. So what do you do? And taking them out there is a bit difficult. So you need to go and explain to them that this is how it needs to be done. And the significant here is that, you see, when I went in, I have to let them understand that, okay, you see, which I'm so proud of it, because I met the market community one evening and let them understand that, government has a good policy for you, because previously, when government wants to do something, people are not engaged. You realize in the evening, contractors are coming in to come and mount their stand, do everything, then they are done. But this one, I was able to engage the community that, okay, government intends doing this for you, and these are the benefits. So And then since it is in your community, you are the beneficial. It's not the government. Government is somewhere. So when you take good care of it, it becomes your property. It becomes part of you. It becomes your daily life. Therefore, they buy into it. They got to know that it is good for them. So they, at the end, telling me that, if it is so that this project will benefit us and it is for us, then government should not bring any labor. The labor, we will do it by ourselves.
Okay.
You see, so then government cuts some funds budget on that. They say that when it comes to security or anything, we know ourselves who can be a security. So government don't bring security. We will protect our own thing. So when the person is protecting his own thing, the belongingness is there. Nobody will go in. Nobody will go and say that we don't want this. Yes. So at the end of the day, the project was so good, so easy for government to be able to, for my people to be able to get it down, and then they were able to find it easy, completed, and they are enjoying it, and then they have maintained the facility. It's working perfectly.
Wow.
Last one, government intends to build a mini harbor at one of the beach within my area. It is a junkie area. It is an area with the people that do things that I cannot mention online, which you know. So therefore, you have to go there and engage them. Government has to compensate them. Wow. And what happens is that when you compensate somebody, after the project is done, they will come back there again. You know what I mean? So therefore, we need to get their name on papers that this, and because they have occupied an illegal place, a government land. Trying to eject or evict them, you have to compensate them. Just imagine.
Wow.
So what I have to do is that, I advise, since I am a communications person, government is good, but is it not possible that this compensation, we can look at some of them who can work? Because these are able men and women. Yes, they can do something. So let us find them a job. That, this place, is a government area. You have occupied it for some time. Now, government acquires some funds. We want to do this on it. How do we do it? Right now, this project will benefit you, but we want workers. What every contractor have to understand, they call local content, means that the people over in that area must be engaged into what you are doing. Most of contractors, they are coming with their workers already.
Sure.
Bringing on your workers, you have to rent a place for them. They have to know the community here and there, blah, blah, blah. But these are people, indigens that when you add them to that local content, it makes your project super, best and better. And then at the end, they were not able to compensate them because they foresee that project belongs to them. When it is done, some of them will be employed as security, as this, as this, as this. And they were so happy. In those days, like what happened was that when we were growing up, around dawn, they will be evicted, either you want it or not. In Ghana, normally if you want to evict it or not, it will be done in a way that, like the Rombo style. Take them off because it is your land. But I don't believe so. I believe in engagement. I believe in negotiations. Because one of the things that we learned at Mrs. was business communication.
Sure.
How to negotiation. And in negotiation, it is not win-lose, lose-win, but win-win. So it was a win-win situation.
I see. I believe you are working more than a PR specialist.
Why?
This has to do with consultancy. And you have added it to your skills and then you are doing it really well. I appreciate. How do you approach building and maintaining relationship with key stakeholders in your role as a PR specialist?
Maintaining, managing, and then building stakeholders depends on 2 or 3 things. First of all, when you have a data, I can say I went to the municipality without a data on some areas. We have to develop a data. When you have a data, that will let you generate a primary data, because that will be your secondary data. Then but generating a data helps you to be able to manage your stakeholders. And then in this data, you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to initiate, you'll be able to, draw programs that suit any of them. So the data will give you where this person belongs to. So this is where you divide or try to segregate it again to understand the first word I use, either formal, informal, or you can do it the skilled, unskilled, or semi-skilled. Because when you have the unskilled, you know how to manage them. When you have the semi-skilled, you know how to manage them. And when you have the skilled laborers, these are laborers, so it will be able to manage them and then try to track them and then to be able to, turn over what you want to do. And how do you turn over them? This is where you develop a tactics. How do I engage the skilled laborers? How do I engage the skill, stakeholders? These are stakeholders with a bit of knowledge on everything that goes on. So I believe you find a way to engage them on how to support, because since they have some formal education, how would they support? How would they contribute? So they have their own thing that they are doing, and this could be classified to the big institutions, like I mentioned earlier on, the ministries, the parliament, the National Sports Authority, the embassies. They are already existing, they are operating. So what would they do to contribute to what you are doing? So this is where they come in. If nothing at all, they are corporate social responsibilities.
Sure.
To be able to, fine-tune to yours. Because in an area like Circle, which you have some junkies. At the end of the year, you need to do some party for them.
CSR. All right.
You know how it is.
Sure.
Yes. So you need to be able to get them on board, see how already they might have plans already. So you dealing with them gives you an idea of what they intend doing. Then the semi-skills, these are either here nor there. So these are people you need to know that there might be some people that they are on their own. And these are, let me say, entrepreneurs or small scale industry people. So this is where they intend to, raise their business to the highest level. This is where they wanted to also be like the big companies here and there. So in this case, how would they also fit into their vision and your vision? How would they be empowered? You just imagine after COVID, I have to come to you. How is your business moving on? What are the steps that you are taking as a municipality? We will support you. We are there for you, and we encourage you, because the more you stay in our municipality, the more we may get our business operating permit, we may get our license, we may get our fees from you.
Yeah.
So we have to encourage such businesses, the semi-skills people, to be able to make it, although it's difficult, although things are not happening the way it's supposed to be. But the word here is encouraging. The word here is to motivate them to know that, yes, it is not easy to come back, but gradually things will get back. So keep pushing, keep doing what you have to do. And therefore, when you stand on your feet, it is to our benefit. When you stand on our feet as a company or as a small scale enterprise, it is our success that we can pride of you. This is also the encouragement. And the last people, semi-skilled, these are people that you knew that they don't have any formal way of training, education, blah, blah. So dealing with them, like you made mention, you have to find also a means. So from your appearance to the day that you end with them, you must be like them. You must understand their language. You must understand what they do. Put yourself into their shoes. Give them the opportunity to express themselves. Let them express their frustration. Let them tell you what they are going through. Then it's like you and them are all in the same soup. So you console them. It shall be well. But is it not possible you move from this to this? Is it not possible that, well, you've been doing this for ages? Try and turn yourself over. What are the alternative livelihood opportunities? So then you have to give them alternative livelihood opportunities, because apart from the one thing, there's nothing. And then that thing is not a skilled acquired. So you have to provide that person alternative livelihood. And when that person has that livelihood, you are sure of making what you want from the person.
Sure.
So you encourage alternative livelihood, and then you empower or support. All these things, when you bring on board, you get one thing, unity. You get one communication. You get the one standing ovation to let them understand that, well, when we support when we are part of the ship will not sink.
Sure. Well, as someone who has been in the PR ecosystem, tell us some of your challenges that you encountered and how you were able to overcome them through your PR, skills and traits.
Well, so here, do you want me to speak of internal or external?
Well, you can talk about when you become a fully fledged PR specialist.
I became a fully fledged specialist after.
I'm talking about when you graduated from Mrs.
Yeah. That is what I'm coming on board. That after me graduating here, and I believe that it starts from somewhere. You don't get it easy, and at the moment, corporate communication is taking the whole world. So every organization intends to have one. So you don't expect it to be easy, because you may go into it, and then you may say that there are some departments or some personnel that align to your job. So there will be conflicting here and there. Like when you are with a company that have a sales and marketing department, when you have that, they also have like information management areas. When you are with an organization without the proper layout, you suffered. Yes. And it is happening to so many communication specialists. Let me be honest with you. Yes, especially so. These are the internal issues that you have to face. But when you know your goal, because when somebody's work is ending, is where your work begins. Therefore, you need to be able to stand fast, in terms of the internal, to be able to know your lines, read between your lines, know your markings, and then do your work, because this is what the world is looking for. And there are internally again, there are other institutions too that does not know the work of a corporate institutions, what the corporate world do, corporate communication office, whatever you call it. These are the external, these are the faces of your external audiences, and they need to be abreast with issues of the companies, but some of them, they don't give them the information, So it is difficult. It is a bit challenging when it comes to such areas, and how you have to convince them. You have to give them reasons beyond doubt that, yes, when your job finishes, that is where mine begins, So you need to be able to do this. I have had a challenge of that, especially when I was engaged as the communication officer at my municipality. Somebody that have worked over the years without engaging any PR.
Wow.
Then you have to come down, I'm the PR, so this information, can we rehearse, or can I see what you want? Because we are going to face the public, and facing the public through the media, I need to be able to coach you a bit, so that first of all, you not use jargons, because when you use jargons, nobody understands this, and these jargons can be in either negative or positive way. You have to be able to present your point on, in a summary or in a listenable way. You need to be able to get your information accurately. You see, when was the last time that you checked the data? You see, it is my duty to let you know, but sometimes it is very difficult to shape people as to what they want to do as a PR specialist. As for the outside or the external, there are many, frustration, getting information. You don't sleep because assuming something happened, when you right now log on to our website, that is www.kokuma.gov.gh, my WhatsApp number will pop up. So just imagine anything that anybody needs, it is on me. And if I don't respond on time, just imagine, So I see it as a way of serving the community, a way of giving information, a way of trying to lead people to the right path, a way of trying to change the status quo of what I came and saw. And I'm happy. I'm so proud that when I came in, I've put measures in place. I've been able to, dance according to the wind, to be able to sail through the rains.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell us, how important is networking to the field of PR, and what tips do you have to give it to students who are pursuing, PR, and then what they can do to increase their professional network?
Networking is one of the areas that you have to master if you want to practice PR or if you want to remain long in this job, because we live in the global world now, and living in the global world, you need that networking to survive. An example that I can give is that how do I come back here if not because of networking? So I completely are you laughing? Yes, it was through networking.
Wow.
Yes, I am back here. Yes, the government. If I did not network good here, assuming you've been approached to lead delegation here, whom are you going to call? Whom are you going to seek? So in these states, wherever you go, you have to leave a good footsteps. Do your best to leave a good footsteps. Secondly, you need to be able to, as PR person, be flexible, be flexibility. Try to reach out to everybody.
Okay.
Try to live, stretch your hands. And then also you have to do a research. You have to learn more. You have to read. You have to do a more research.
Okay.
And then listening. You have to also listen more.
Okay.
You have to listen. You have to engage everybody, irrespective of their person's status. You have to devise your means of engaging, and you need to have a mentor.
Wow.
Yes, you need to have a mentor to look up to. That mentor, and when I was here, and surprisingly that I've seen her here, Lilia Shlegova was one of the
your mentors?
Your mentor, yeah. And he mentored me, give me some ideas on how to approach government issues. I never knew that I may find myself in government. Sometimes when once in a while, I may see her post online, especially on Facebook, that wow, this was a woman who was then giving me a tip. How do government relations? I think she mentioned government relations and things, and how those things work, and how you need to find yourself and shape yourself, and then finding your feet in it. So it's really good to networking, but do the good networking. Or do bad networking is good, and then that will let you understand where you are falling.
Okay.
So when you network and it is bad, never cut that network. One day you may still need it.
Wow.
Just let it be there. Give it a time and use it for other things. But every network can be good or bad, depending on how you want to tame it, and depending on how you want to use it, depending on how you want to engage it, and how you want to see it. But try to network, be the organization lead when it comes to issues of engagement and issues of trying to get others to buy into the idea of the company's mission, vision, and their objectives.
I believe after this content, PR students will have a lot to learn. Seriously. Moving on, in what ways do you see the field of public relations evolving in the future, and how can students prepare for these changes?
Let me start with the last one. Students must prepare themselves. They must know that, like I made mention earlier on, the world is not a global village, whereby issues that in those days, when it happens in Moscow, will not get to Ghana on time, can get to Ghana right now. A classical example is what we are doing. Yes. Yeah. We have had some, apps that engaged. Therefore, we should all know that you must prepare yourself very well to the task as PR, because what I've seen is that the job is now becoming lucrative. It's becoming something that everybody wants to join, because I've seen nurses, I've seen doctors, I've seen lawyers who wants to be public relations officers, who wants to be in the media.
Wow.
It tells you that the media job,
they want to leave their work and come to the media.
Yes, because you see, that is what is happening in the work now. So as somebody who wants to be a media communication practitioner, you should know that people want to join this field. Therefore, prepare yourself very well. Recently, we have an AI telling us things that we can do here and there. Meaning that if you don't prepare yourself well, if you don't try to get the requisite skills, that will help you to shape what you intend to do. Somebody will take this job out of you. What I want to recommend is that PR students must all the time be on the goal, be on top of the issue, be on the goal, and they try to do more research. Understand the public relations job. Try to put yourself in the picture. What is public relations? It's not about being the spokesperson. If you have that, 1+ is good, but you are relating to the public whatever the company is doing. Therefore, you need to be able to prepare yourself very well. Do the right study, get the right method, get the right tactics, and then you fly. If you don't get these things, you always lead your company into a bad image. And whenever a company gets bad image, it goes far. And you also need to know that this job is a kind of job that builds image. So image building is also an issue that you have to know. How do you build a company's image? This is where you ask for relevant things to be seen. And this thing can be seen through other channels that internet has provided. You need to also, through the channels that internet has provided, you can opt for the internet 2.1, which is very interactive. And how do you also interact with your customers online? Apart from online, how do you also engage them in other spheres? Those who don't have the Android phone, or those who are not people that may visit your site, how do you also get them? So you have to define tactics, and tactics are different, because when you move to Russia, maybe what I will use here, tactics, in Ghana, it will not be the same, because I've not seen Circle here.
Sure.
Circle, because of internet issues in Ghana, Ghana in general, I may not use much internet, because most of the people already have seen informal sector. So you need to meet them in a block,
face to face.
In a block, face to face. Although you can send an SMS that will appear on their phone, but how many people will check their SMS in this Ghana that we are? So meeting them face to face helped. When you have to do digital, you have to. When you have to also engage them online, you have. I am just surprised that when I put my number online because when you log into our site, you see a WhatsApp pop there. We just want to test our pulse to see that, okay, how do customers will respond when it comes to property that they want to pay? And people are responding, but it was not as somebody who walked to the office on a daily basis. Oh, I am here to do an inquiry. You got it? Because the person will come from far, but he still wants to get to the office to do an inquiry. So it tells you that you as PR, either an upcoming or practitioner, needs to know your audience, know the continent that you are operating, know the country, know the town, know the city, and then you try to, get means to engage them. And when you do it well, you always smile. Because sometimes when you are being called by a politician around midnight, can you sleep again?
No. Well, I'm very happy when you said you have to devise your tactics and then you have to do your research. When I started, my journalism career in 2015, when I was in Winneba, I was of the view that journalism is all about knowing how to talk and then sitting behind the console like this and talk. So my boss used to tell me, Fareed, journalism is not only about talking. If it is about talking, then anyone on the street can come and sit here and talk, and everyone will listen. But you have to do production. You have to do the process. So I remember when I went to Lilia last year in September, when we resumed for the autumn semester, and I told her about how I want to do something. Then she introduced this podcast thing to me, and then she told me to come and see if I want then to write a project. So you can see that I wrote the proposal and sent to Lilia, but today is the day that we are officially implementing the project. Yes.
Wow, wonderful.
But we started,
and I'm lucky to be the first guest.
Sure.
Wonderful.
We started last year September, November. Yeah. But it has been it took us through through rigorous analysis, and then sometimes I do this, you will see that no, Fareed, change it, the target audience, this is what you want, do this. So it is all about knowing your target audience, the strategy, and then the tactics. It's not only about talking. If it is about talking, we will have started early, but maybe it will have been a disaster. But because of her support and then her good mentorship, it is it is well, and then you can testify to the fact that we are really doing a human job.
And I believe that during our time at Mrs. 2015 to 17, if we have had this here in Don Komona, like some of us would not leave Moscow.
Really?
So
the studio?
Yes, because I see this as a platform for students to practice their communication skills, their speech, their speaking, and everything. Because when you are able to do a mistake here, you correct yourself here, and in broadcasting, communication, journalism, it's about practical, it's practice. So when you have the practice here, I believe strongly that it will help. And I recommend that students, current students and future students should all be given a project here. Because to master the courage, to be able to get used to, go on board. But it's really a good idea. And I salute the department and the head for such interesting and initiative and what have you. And then I'll plead with her if all students, not only you, should one way or the other get here. Prepare yourself. That is it. When you prepare yourself very well, it's good. Preparation is the key. Preparation is the key in public relations, communication, whatever. When you prepare very well, you excel. Because the saying is that a good beginning makes a good ending.
Wow.
When you start well, you end well. Sometimes a bad beginning can make a good ending. But on a percentage-wise, a good beginning always makes a good ending. Yes, so this is a good beginning for current student and the future student who will come. And I strongly believe that they have something to practice, unlike ours. And I'm proudly that we were the first generation of the course, and I'm the first person to get here to officially kick this podcast, and which I believe will go far.
Sure. We hope and believe so. So last but not the least, what motivates and inspire you to continue working in the field of communication, international public relations?
Because I want to change society.
Okay.
Yes, I want to change society. I am a history student, and I listen a lot. I can tell you things from independence till now.
Wow.
I love tourism too. So I've seen things here and there. So, and as history student, when we sit down, somebody will say every history student is a politician. Yes. Anyway, so I've seen things people have done, and they all do it towards the benefit of society. Same as to me. I believe through my skills, I may advise politicians, I may advise policymakers, I may advise spending officers to be able to change one or two things. And I'm making it. So my inspiration is that when I see community, society smiles, because I pass by my city and some will say, oh, you don't know me, I came there, this and this and this. That alone gives me joy. Somebody will say, through you, we were able to solve our issue. Through you, we were able to do this. You are empowering the person by then, all those people who were saying through you were sidelined. They were marginalized. They were not given the field or the appropriate information or the appropriate channel. But through me, they have been able to get that channel, that appropriate, and whatever they intend doing. That is my joy. When you walk in town happily, it's better than walking in town and everybody will turn their back on you. That is my joy.
Good name is better than riches.
They say so, but that is not what we're talking here.
Do you believe that?
I believe so, but you can also live poor.
No.
You can't live poorer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man must eat.
Of course, man must eat. And man must eat through a good means, so therefore, but the end point is that when you have society that understands government policies, program, activities, you are good to go. Because when they understand this, the word term here is you are promoting good governance. And when you have good governance, you are expecting that society will behave, will relate, and will perform what they have to do. So how do they relate? They relate to your policies. They will perform to what they need to do. Maybe somebody have to pay the tax. Somebody have to do certain things that he dare not. And somebody will also have to do certain things for the state. So when they have good information, they can relate, they can perform, which to me, it is the best for me.
Thank you very much.
Are we done with the questions?
Yeah,
I have more time.
This is the last question,
I see.
actually. I believe we have an informal session with you. Lilia has already indicated that. Yeah. So I believe you've already mentioned it, but I want you to mention about 2 or 3, key, skills or key target that you want students who are considering choosing a career in communication, international public relations to focus on. Maybe some 2 or 3 things that they should focus. I want it to be specific, Yeah.
First of all, like I made mention, let me repeat it again. Maybe some people have joined. You need to be able to know how to set your target.
Okay.
I mentioned research. Set your target. Before you target, research. This thing can be in between, because when you set targets, you must research. And then you get a means of how to reach that target. And then what tactics are you going to use to get to the target? Target, set targets, research, set the means, and tactics. And in all these things, you have to have skills. And this could be intercultural communication, your, relation, your business communication. Because in setting the target, you have to, deduce it between stakeholders. So the skilled, unskilled, and semi-skilled. It depends on where you are. It depends on the country you are, operating from. But the standard to me is certainly in every society, you may get the skilled, unskilled, and semi-skilled. Therefore, when you divide or segregate them, that can tell you the type of tactics you need to apply. When you understand that there are low, unskilled, maybe then the unskilled must be, target more. So all depends on what you need to do. And also read more public relations work. Read other subjects, read other things that they've done, and put yourself in the mood as if you are practicing. And then, you can find your feet.
Well, Mr. Hans, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
So, viewers, listeners, as we draw the curtains down, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our special guest, Mr. Hans, for joining us. Thank you very much for your time. And also, I want to say a big thank you to our faculty head, Lilia Bundareva, who has been supporting us since day one. Thank you very much for your tutorship, your dedication, and then your effort. It is your advice that brought us this far. And then, of course, our student support officer, Alexander Atamonov. Thank you very much, sir, for your support.
Thank you very much, too. And I believe that this should be Mrs. Podcast to the world. If they don't want to relate it only to the communication department, because Mrs. are doing more things and they need to be known by internationally. Aside the website, this must also be a tactics game. to also reach audiences. And I believe this program can connect wherever you are. How do you relate to maybe somebody, me being in Ghana? How can I contribute? How can I be a guest again? Find ways and means if we have to add Zoom and other tactics to it so that we can reach people worldwide. Aside this, when you want to engage guests, should they always be in the studio? What are the means that? Anyway, we'll talk about that. But this is supposed to be a Mrs. project, like they have project 1500.
Yeah, thank you very much. And then of course, my team members, thank you very much. Starting from Lolo Kosi, Lena, Belinda, Vumilia, thank you very much for your effort. And also let me acknowledge the presence of Lilia Sheglova, our mentor during our internship. Yeah, she also guide us and then make sure that we will do the writing actually. So thank you very much for being part of Moscow Mingle, Tales of International Studies in Moscow. Your support, engagement, and enthusiasm fuel our passion to bring you more thought-provoking content in the future. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired. This is Fareed Mohammed Awal signing off. Remember, the adventure truly never ends. Goodbye.